So today we have Nagpuri Ramesh, who is a national athletics coach. He has represented India in Olympics and is a Dronacharya Awardee in athletics by Government of India. He was appointed as chief coach in June 2023 by Athletics Federation of India. His first appearance came in 2000 Sydney Olympics as fitness trainer of the Indian hockey team, and 16 years later, he accompanied sprint star Duti Chand to the Rio Olympics in 2016. And Ramesh will now travel to Tokyo Olympics based on the latest news coming from Athletics Federation of India.
Yeah, because the journey started actually not it started from previous selection. Actually, I got a chance to train Indian men hockey team in Sydney Olympics. So to be fact, Duti is very talented and very potential athlete and born to fight. I can say the word born to fight. So she was very quick in start, right, and quick to learn, right, and she loved to compete rather than training. That was her quality, right? Because I want to tell a small story about her. It's good for everybody to learn. There are known fears, there are unknown fears in humans. So whatever fear, it stops you somewhere reaching your 99 to 100% of your career achievements. Till 95, 98, it doesn't matter. But 100% potentiality to achieve, there should not be known fears. Our strategy was that make use of your strength because you're good at start. So take such a good start where before they catch.
So, hello everyone, this is Sarvesh Singh. Welcome to Marichi Talks. In this talk series, we'll be talking to several people across globe who went from ordinary to extraordinary so that we all can learn from their experience. And I know that all of you will agree with me that there are two ways of learning. One is learning from your own experience, and other is learning from experience of others. And based on my personal experience, I can say that those who learn from experience of others, they always fast track their personal and professional achievements. So let's learn from experience of the speakers who will be coming on this talk show. So today we have Nagpuri Ramesh, who is a national athletics coach. He has represented India in Olympics and is a Dronacharya Awardee in athletics by Government of India. He was appointed as chief coach in June 2023 by Athletics Federation of India. His first appearance came in 2000 Sydney Olympics as fitness trainer of the Indian hockey team, and 16 years later, he accompanied sprint star Duti Chand to the Rio Olympics in 2016. And Ramesh will now travel to Tokyo Olympics based on the latest news coming from Athletics Federation of India. So welcome Ramesh to Marichi Talks.
Yeah, thank you. Namaste.
So Ramesh, your journey has been very impressive. I saw Twitter post from our Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2016 stating Nagpuri Ramesh has been confirmed the Dronacharya Awardee. Happy to have met him today. So, how did you feel meeting Mr. Modi?
Yeah, because it's everybody's lifetime dream because Dronacharya Award is the highest award in the field of coaching. So it is the ultimate for in a coaching field, right? The main thing that because when we been to receive the award, one thing really appealed to me because all awards are being given in Ashoka Hall. The specialty of Ashoka Hall is that when we got a freedom from Englishmen, they walk down from that steps. So the same steps you'll be walking into the Ashoka Hall to get a award. So you feel it's my country, freedom, right? Now my country is owning me as a coach. And before award, the Prime Minister at Prime Minister House, there will be a snacks party. So there will be a 1 hour almost free talk, free chat. So they will be asking how, because your experience is like a family type meeting. So really, uh, like a prime minister, like personality, spending more than an hour and informal way. That is something unique experience for everybody.
Right. No, that's quite interesting because a lot of people aspire to meet Mr. Modi, right? Especially looking at his leadership skills. So now switching gears, a lot of people with very humble background, they reach to top of the sports as well as in several other fields, and you have seen several of them. So just wondering, what makes an ordinary person extraordinary?
Yeah, because I believe uh, we do a lot of NGOs, so many help for people, right, in education and so many areas they do. But there you can find people in nowhere to somewhere, means they get a job, right? They lead their lives and all. But sport is one thing; it will make nowhere to extraordinary. That is the line of sport, right? So that's a really appeal to me because you will become a role model. So many people can get inspiration from you. So that is there in the sport, right? Because in the three things in the world, right? First is politics, then comes to film industry, then third is the sport. So that is the line goes. So we are in the third step, so that we can make use of that, right?
Mhm.
So that that I'm using.
Right. And a lot of people in India, they are like cricket fan, right? And I remember you were fitness coach of cricketer VVS Lakshman when he scored that epic 281 against Australia in Kolkata in 2001. So, can you talk about that journey?
Yeah, because the journey started actually not, it started from VVS Lakshman. Actually, I got a chance to train Indian men hockey team Sydney Olympics. So there, our Indian team was mm, too good in fitness. So Mukesh was part of it. So Mukesh and VVS Lakshman, they used to work Indian Airlines. So once they were traveling in the flight, so VVS Lakshman asked Mukesh, because Sydney Olympics hockey team is very fit. I want really fitness coach. Then Mukesh told Ramesh Anna is there in Hyderabad. He's from Hyderabad only. Like that, Lakshman has come into contact. Then we started doing fitness. Right before that Australian series, really 3 months we worked very hard. Right, really, but is something unique, right? I have seen many uh, athletes training where coach has to motivate. But Lakshman is one player where he motivates the coach. So you love to give coaching and you love to prepare to give training and you love to uh, do new things, right? And the great quality is that from the session beginning to the end, he will have a same intensity of training, no compromise in training. Normally, in the starting of the session they do very intensely more focused, in the end people may lose. But this experience I saw him, and I incorporate in my coaching also, because till end in coaching also you should be focusing. Once uh, he has got a knee surgery, right? So we have to do training. So once we started training at country club somewhere else 9 o'clock. So 1.5 hour our training is over. Then we have to do the rehab work. So after every exercise, he'll be looking at me, how is it? Then I say it's good. So like then we'll proceed to the next exercise. So it was almost 2 hours over. Then he has to do rehab exercise. So one of the exercise I said okay. Then he relaxed. He got me a tea. Sir, have a tea. Then again he started doing that exercise. When I said good, then so that's what his quality. No, never compromise in doing things. I probably that is what his quality made him to score 281 and make India proud. And he's a man of selfless. Means you can see. his career, whenever he scored, India won. So he
Mm.
never thinks of himself. Always he thinks of system, and that's what my takeaway point from Lakshman coaching.
Right, right. So you had been fitness trainer for the Indian hockey team in the Olympics. Then you trained VVS Lakshman, and then comes the Olympics sprint runner, right? So you have been instrumental in shaping of several Olympians, most notably Duti Chand, who became the first Indian to achieve the qualifying mark for women's 100 meters in 2016 Rio Olympics. So, can you talk about her journey and your role as a coach?
Because to be fact, Duti is very talented and very potential athlete and born to fight. I can say the word born to fight. So she was very quick in start, right, and uh, quick to learn, right, and she can and she loved to compete rather than training. That was her qualities, right? Because uh, when once she called me, she's from Gopalpur, right, Odisha state. I was working, helping out fitness in Gopichand Academy. So once she called me, sir, I want some help in training because I'm here, nobody's there to take care of my training or and all. Then I put a word to Gopichand. Here is a sprinter, so we can support her. Then immediately he said, okay, let her come and stay. So free of cost, right? Food and stay was given at Gopichand Academy in the 2015 January. So soon after she has come, she won some national games and all. Then in the 2016, the qualifying was 11.32. So before that, she was doing 11.63 and all. It's not that easy to cut short 3 seconds, but I had a belief in herself and myself that we can achieve. So we started working very hard. And first competition she did 11.33 means 1/100 second short of it. So it was somewhere else in the March. So ours is a June was the cutoff date. So for that 100 second, we have to try very hard that 3 months under a lot of pressure. But in Kazakhstan, she has done that qualifying. But next day was the race, right? That was the last competition to qualify. So as a coach, full night I was sleepless, right? But I should not show my anxiety or whatever pressure to her. Just I was keeping myself very cool, not to show her. And whenever she looks at me, then I used to say, "We can do it. We are confident, right?" So there was a good competition too. So she has done it because whatever I expected her, and she fulfilled it. Because always she used to do better than what my expectations was. So that is a kid. She's a wonder kid. So that's what it happened.
Mhm.
36 years, she qualified 100 meters. It was a big history.
So if we have to call out, say, three unique qualities of the Olympian Duty Chand, what would be those from the coach's angle?
Yeah, because I have seen in my coaching career, she's she uh, she likes to compete rather than training, and many champions there sometimes reluctant to do compete, but she enjoys competition. That is one thing I found. Win and lose is for her doesn't matter. Just go and run makes her important. That's one thing. And she was very quick on the blocks. Mean start. She's never afraid of anything. For that, I want to tell small story about her. It's good for everybody to learn. There are known fears, there are unknown fears in human. So whatever fear, it stops you somewhere reaching your 99 to 100% of your career achievements. Till 95, 98, it doesn't matter. But 100% potentiality to achieve, there should not be known fears and unknown fears. So I learned from her because once me and she has been given announced award, living legend award from Odisha. So we have to travel from Hyderabad to Bhubaneswar. So she said, "Sir, you go by flight. I will come by train." I said, "Why you wanted to waste so many hours? We'll go by flight." She said, "I got an uncle because he cannot uh, go in flight, so I'll come with him in train." So me, my wife, my daughter, Anish, Bhavisha, and Vidulata, we traveled to Bhubaneswar. So she came to receive in airport. My daughter found out, Daddy, she has come in BMW car. Then, then I asked, "See, how come this?" Then she said, "See, anybody to buy a five-star chocolate will think a minute whether to buy or
Right.
not. In such a conditions, and even you buy a car also, you'll take a lot of care, right? Anybody, BMW
Right.
is that. But she went and she bought BMW car, and by road she has come to Bhubaneswar in one night.
Oh, wow.
So here I would like to tell you as a company leader, as a team leader. So normally, if in my place, if any other coach or any leader, what they say, why you have taken the risk? If any accident happens, you are a champion, like the things they say. But no, I did not say. I took that opportunity in a different way. See, Duti, everybody will afraid of driving a new BMW, but you are never afraid of your life. You
Wow.
just drove. So in 100 meters, when a person cannot fear for his life or death, so what is the matter of start? That is the word I used in that situation. In the world, any sprinter can afraid, but when you don't have afraid of life, then what is doesn't matter for your start. So that is the
Right.
reason. So that I installed in her subconscious. So her start is the best start in the world. So you have to use such a sensitive situations for the positive. So that will get recorded at that manual. So from there onwards, I started no like डर जैसा शब्द डिक्शनरी या डायरी में नहीं रहना चाहिए.
Right. So I think then there are three things which we can learn from Duti Chand. One is that do your duty, your work. Don't worry about results. Live in
Yeah,
the present moment.
yeah,
Second is never have any fears.
yeah,
Just take life head on.
yeah. And one point last I want to say is that she is a athlete. Whoever helped her in difficulties, and she never leaves them at any cost. She will go to any extent to support. In such
Mhm.
cases, because when she became a champion, so we have to go to Olympics. So she openly said, "I want my coach to travel with me for Olympics." So she's such type of human and great champion that she will go and support all out who supported her when she was nothing. So many people know once they achieve something or when they pass away that situation, they may forget, but she's not like that. This is one of the best quality I found in her.
And I think you had been a great coach because I know several of your other students who had been from very humble backgrounds. They have won Olympics. So, can you go over journey of some of them relating to the qualities which they exhibited on the way and the learnings which you also had with them as a coach?
Yeah, again coming back to Duti Chen, because she became a first Indian woman to get a World University's gold, right? It was in Italy. Mm, um, uh, that was a really big platform for India because World Universities nobody has won so far in 100 meters. So for that we had worked very hard, and she has done it. And we our strategy was that make use of your strength because you are good at start. So take such a good start where before they catch the race should finish up. So that's
Mhm.
how we prepared, and she has done it. And second thing comes to recently Jivanji Deepti because She's mentally imperial, means her IQ, limited IQ. So in her category, recently she went to World Para Athletics Championship. Not only she became a world champion, but she broke the world record in her category. So in Deepti's point, because Deepti, her receiving capacity is very limited, and she doesn't know many things. This is what one thing. So she knows very less things. So she focus on that only. That's the one quality. And her mother told me once she fell from the building. So she was not telling anything. It doesn't mean that she was not feeling pain, but she doesn't know how to express the pain because of mentally she's a little bit challenged. So in the training, your shortcoming only your strong point, because our other athletes, after doing 2 3 reps, they say my body is aching, my body is paining. But where in this child case, she won't tell anything because we have to stop. So that became a strong point for training. And the challenge is I saw, because when I saw her in her village, Kalleda, near Warangal district, so our PT used to Venkateshwarlu train her, and Ram Mohan Garu, that founder of that school, used to support. Then I told her, she has got a talent. You drop her in Hyderabad. We have a Sports Authority of India hostel, so we can put there in the free stay and all. Then their parents said, we don't have a bus fares to come to Hyderabad. So then I said, okay, get her into the bus. Then we were tracking conductors, so where he reached, like a Ganpur, Air, like that. So we could receive at bus stand. So that's how our journey started in training. Later on, we found our responses and we were slow. So it was a Gopi Chand used to support us. So he saw, why don't you try her in para? So we have taken her to National Institute of Mentally Retarded Institution, where they checked 3 years, 3 days, and they found scientifically that her IQ is very limited. So that comes under para T20 category. So we put her, then we have to have a domestic competition, it's okay, but we need to have an international classification to participate in international competition. For that, we have to make our own arrangement for funding. So it is a go pitch and or somebody you have to, because in lakh cities. So somehow go pitch and there are some sponsors support we have taken, and she got a two classification. One is in Morocco and another one is Australia. Then she got a chance to run in Asian Games where she broke the Asian Games record in gold, and recently world record and world championship. What I mean to say, so when front door is closed, back door is always open. So please don't means hit your head into the closed door. So find out the open door. We can find an opportunity, because if you might have tried that girl, or no, she won't be fit for sports, then today we might have missed a world champion. Because until end you can find out the ways and means to use their given talent by the God. Because I always say my firm belief that some children may born poor, some children may born rich, but nobody borns bad. Every child comes into this world with some or other talent. So it is parents, it's the teachers, it's the society duty to find out that talent and encourage them in that lines. They will become a super stars in their given line.
Quite inspirational story, right? Where a girl from very remote area is coming to a city and being trained, and then does not just be a participant but becomes a world champion, right? So how do you figure out, how do you identify talent? Because these are not the people who are actually performing somewhere. You just get people from nowhere, train them, and they just not become a participant, but they just become world leaders. So what is that recipe? How do you do that?
Because I always see that whoever, maybe corporates or anything, right? Actually, I always, many people they ask, what is your coaching mantra? So I always say, what is requirement for your game and what is requirement for that individual. So narrow the gap, then you are success. So corporates or anything, what is the society need and what you can do. So narrow that gap, then you will become a success. So you'll be closely observing. And as you said, this one more incident happened in my life, that one of the girl Her father was a tender, and she has got two sisters and one brother. So the two sisters, because of her father limited income, he could not bear expenses for higher studies of her sister. So they end up with 11th class, 12th class. And but luckily, this girl came to us. She went on to become international, and she got a job in railways. So that two elder sisters married to that level men, and their life is same. Their children going to government school, and they are pretty jobs they were doing their husband. But because of she is an international and railway job, she got an alliance of a lecturer. So when she married a lecturer, then her lifestyle changed. Her kids started going English medium school. So I thought, if मैं हमेशा ये फील करता हूँ, जो पेट भरे बंदे को अगर बिरयानी भी खिलाएंगे ना, उसका कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. अगर भूखे बंदे को आप दाल रोटी भी देंगे ना, वो he will remains you, remembers you, and it will be more useful. तो this is another point, जिसको ट्रेनिंग करने के लिए फैसिलिटीज है, जिसके पास उसको करने के लिए बहुत लोग हैं, but those who have a talent and they don't have a facilities, for them nobody is there. So I wanted to support them. जब सब लोग जो काम कर रहे हैं, हमें करने की जरूरत नहीं है. जो कोई नहीं कर सकता है, कोई नहीं कर रहे, उस काम को करना है, वही मैंने सोचा. Then the rest is history.
No, no, I think very, very, very noble thought. No? So, one is identifying the talent, right, which you do very well, right, and then you bring them in. And then there is a role of coach to help that person realize their full potential. So, what you do as a coach so that person realizes full potential and then they go ahead and become world champions.
Yeah, because it's not overnight things to happen. Because in sports we say that 10,000 hours of training spread over 8 to 10 years, one can become international. So this is what the long-term training we say. For that, you need to have a lot of commitment, hunger, right, and the perseverance, and updating yourself, knowledge, right, and knowing about your field, and talking to experts in your field, and watching bigger competitions, right, reading about the autobiographies of previous champions, right. So it's so much hard work has to get in. It's not one thing. Then I always see, as you said, because if you closely observe a person, there will be a different angles in each person. So until unless you closely observe, you may not be knowing that angles. So if you wanted to spread out to 8 to 10 years, for example, my training methods is like that. I can give you a simple example. One, uh, in a movies, right? Amitabh Bachchan. So it is a Manmohan Desai. He could utilize him as him an angry man in Zanjeer, right? Namak Haram, comedian, Sherabi, drunkard. So this many angles the director could found he has. So he exploited that angles. So that's what the combination. So same way, because suppose if it is a coal mine, right? You have started digging, coal is coming up. So while going in one direction, you check this side, whether coal is there. If it is coal is there, just close that mark, keep the mark, and keep going in the same direction as long as coal comes up. Once one fine spot, coal won't come. It's sand or mud will do. So that line is over. Then come back where you mark. You start digging that. Then again coal start coming. And while going in that line, again check anything is there. Again you keep mark in that line. You go. Then one find place you will find mud. Again come back and dig. So by the time the athlete career is over. So while doing itself, you can find out even corporate houses. You can see your opportunities. One opportunity you're doing, you're observing. There will be some other opportunity lying beside. Even employees also. You can find if some job is being given to him and how he's performing. Yes, we can use him for this job too. So it's all about your observations and creativity and faith in yourself and faith in your athletes.
No, I think that's fantastic. And I must say that you are master of analogy, because when you talk, we can visualize, exactly what you are talking about, and I think that must be helping your players, right? And since we touch based on the corporate, and I have spent like 20 years in the corporate life, what learnings from sports can be applied in corporate life? So, say Olympic winner Duti Chand as business model.
Yeah. I can say first in my sport, first in athletics, right? Because what is the need of the hour, right? Need of the profession. Because my athletics is required. The topmost is the talent. So if you have given me 24 hours, 12 hours I'll spend on searching the talent. So the very important is that. So as a corporate houses, you have to find out what what is a sector you are strong at, and for
Hmm.
that sector, what what are the things is required. So there's a basic. So that's what very important. So if Dhuti type talent is not there, whatever training I do, it doesn't. So it is, I always say the coaching is the combination of good stone and good sculpture. If the stone is strong, you can, if the sculpture is wrong, so you cannot go for a finer, means nose, ears, and eyes. It will, he cannot, roughly he can finish up because the sculpture is not too good. So suppose sculpture is too good, but stone is not strong. If he's going for a finer things, doing nose, eyes, it will break down. So it is a combination between a good stone and good sculpture. Same is corporate. So what your strengths, and for that, what material is required, what team is required. So I think this is the first thing. Then second thing, I always believe in is regular training, right? It's a sustainable model. Years, it's not overnight success, right? So it's years of work, the continuity. Whether हम बोलते हैं बारिश हो गर्मी हो हमारा ट्रेनिंग चलता है for us Dasara is a training and Diwali is a competition. We enjoy doing our own things. We don't find something else holiday or इसी में हम लोग, and that's why achievement and enjoyment never goes in one way. Only the way is enjoy your achievement. So that is the one thing, and because in athletics, in the training we need is that regular training, and you need a good food, then you need a good competition exposure, right? So these are the things, basic things. So that basic things we focus. Facilities and all optimum facilities will do. So for as per your corporate, what sector you are going to enter, and you have to find out what is the very key which plays more than 50-60%. You have to work on that. Then rest. Then sustainable model, right? And what should be given more importance? What is that you should know. Suppose if I need a good talented, but I am focusing more costly facilities, good food, good coaching, but talent is not there, we can't do anything.
Right, right,
Yeah, if your talent is very good, even regular training, food little bit, and optimum facilities or facilities little less, still they become a champion. That's what Deepthi you have
right.
seen. So you should know your sector, what is a very key factor. So focus on that. Unnecessary things you are focusing, then necessary things will miss out.
No, very true, very true.
Yeah.
So, so you mentioned about athletics, that it's not just one day show. It requires uh, sort of work over not just weeks and months but several years, right? So how do you
Yes.
engage your athletes for such a long time? Because in corporates we see a lot of attrition. People come, they work for maybe 2 3 years, then they switch, go to some other organization, work there for 2 to 3 years, then go and work somewhere else. So how do you engage your athletes, and is there something which corporates can learn from that?
Because Vivekananda says that if you change yourself, world will change. So it's in us, right? It's in us how sustainable you are, how strong you are. It's not talking, it's doing. People will get motivated and attracted by doings, not talkings. So that we do because years together, same intensity, same commitment, right? That's what I read somewhere else. Uh, the great people routine is adventure for ordinary people. So I get up 3:30 or 4. I then I do my freshen up. Then I do my yoga. Then breathing exercise. Then meditation. Then I prepare for my profession. Then I go to ground. I visualize before going to ground. This is the training, and I put myself in the shoes of my athletes. This much training. How then come back and I analyze any mistakes have happened. Then have a little rest and food. Then again evening and prepare and go training. And after training, come back, then have my own fitness, then little meditation, then visually again writing diary what went wrong. So it is 24 into 7, 365 days. You can find I did in 1992 my diploma in coaching. I was a topper. Now 1992 diary also you can see which day, what child, what timings they have done. So while writing, reading, analyzing, preparation, so you become automatization, right?
Right.
That is what the guru stage. The flow should come, right? Trainer, teacher, coach, guru. So guru is ultimate. It's like a flow. You don't need to put like autopiloting, right? Once take off over, they fix the direction and speed. They will be having that.
Right. So basically, if corporates walk the talk, if they're not making just promises and uh, doing something else, so talking something else, doing something else, I think that is where employees get frustrated and then they keep switching the organization until they get an organization where they see that leaders are walking the talk, right?
Yeah, you are very right because because my field is like we have a family atmosphere. We create a family atmosphere and owning, right? Coaching is like the productivity work, right? So just like a 10 to 5 job, no. It is at the end of the day, the productivity should come out, right? So that is very challenging, right? And you have to update yourself because every now and then the training methods and Western what is happening and what your opponents are doing. And that's the reason I always say the quote, you should know about your opponent's strength and your strength.
Right.
So you just not like that you're doing, you don't know what is rest of the world is doing. You'll end up nowhere.
Right.
So always be in touch and information gathering is one of the powerful weapon.
So basically,
So
if corporate leaders, if they start playing the role of a coach, not a boss, where they
yes,
are not having transactional but
yes,
genuine
because
relationship.
genuine relationship. That's right. Because in me, suppose we have to go for a competition. If it is Dasara, so everybody will come for training. Suppose one coach says, "I got some work, sir. Please go." So they feel like a family atmosphere. It's not like a job type, and it is a owning, right? So even they are going on some job, they will call. If he's been given responsibility, then he will tie up and he will follow. So whether it is on ground or not, they will be following up. So like a family atmosphere, family and owning. That's
Right.
very, very important. And end of the day, the first I will say is there's a two things to select your team, right? Intention and competency. So I always see the intention because if your intention is good, competency you can develop. But competency is there, intention is not there. It's very tough. And I choose the people, those who have a naturally inclined to help others because this is a profession, coaching. You have to be happy by seeing somebody's growth, somebody's improvement. So we have to find out our team. I always believe 5 पांडव काफी है महाभारत जीतने के लिए 100 कौरव वेस्ट कोई भी नहीं बचेगा.
Right.
तो आपके पास अगर 5 पांडव है, महाभारत जीत सकते हैं। 100 कौरव
Right.
किस लिए? आखिर तक कोई नहीं बचेगा। So some of things I take it from our old Puranas, right? And I always most adore Vivekananda ji and Gandhi ji because for Vivekananda ji more selflessness and aggressive, and from Gandhi ji's I like simplicity and having faith on yourself to do a bigger things, which is normally people can't imagine.
Right, right. So I think there are some very good points which you brought for the corporates, especially those who are struggling with high attrition and lower engagement. One is leaders should walk the talk. Second, leaders should show genuine interest in their teams. Third, they should not have a transactional relationship of 9 to 6, but they should engage with them in such a manner so that their teams are engaged with them for 24 cross 7 and they see some value in it. It's not just a delivery coming out of it. So
Yeah, it's a good point what you said, because I always believe as a coach, right? For me, because everybody believe that once Ramesh sir is selected you, you will become international or not, we can't guarantee, but you will settle in the life.
right,
So ultimately, I want my winning and losing is a bonus for me, right? Making a good citizen is my aim. I'll try to incorporate basic good habits, values. Then performance will come automatically. People will
right,
think you run for success. No, you create atmosphere. Success automatically will follow.
right, right.
So that is what very very important. सब ऐसे बहुत लोग आके पूछते हैं हम बड़ा चैंपियन बनने के लिए क्या करना है। मैं बोलता हूँ बड़ा चैंपियन के लिए आदतें अच्छी रहनी चाहिए।
Right,
If
right,
the basic habits are good, automatically you will become a great in your own profession.
right,
For
right,
example, now, if for example my training, okay, 6 o'clock, 10 minutes coming before, and for training, preparing properly and coming, and doing very focused training. After the training, going back and having proper rest, in time eating, right? Not wasting your time, right? Taking care of your equipment training, basic things if you do perfect, and big things because I always catch hold when they do mistakes in small things. If you do small things in a greater way, big things automatically taken care.
right. So I think that there are some very good points that how corporate leaders can focus on their employees to make them corporate citizens, right? Who are having values which are required and which they expect, rather than using them just for doing transactional work.
Yeah, and because we used to run a project in Adu, so in the lockdown they told that sir, since it is a lockdown, shall we stop for some time giving salaries and we'll stop this project. Then I told them, example, sir, I read somewhere else in the company. One company was running in loss, so they wanted to remove the employees. But some of the employees they came and said, please don't remove the employees. Reduce our half the salary, and this half the salary give it to them. So nobody will be removed from the company. Over a period of time, they did that, and the company has picked up. And again, so same thing in my project. They started giving half the salary and they work. Then that coaches when everything went wrong, they are doing even they get an opportunity of other companies, they don't go now. Other good jobs they get also because they say when we are in hardships, you are you stood by us. So now I
Right.
get an opportunity why I should go because that's what the values very, very important.
Right, right. So there are a lot of corporate leaders who will actually be watching this show. So I think these are some great points which they can apply, wherever they have some struggles. So my last question is more on your motivation. So what makes you happy as a coach and what motivates you? Because at the end of the day, it is players who are actually going and performing, right? You are just standing in the back and watching the show. So how you keep yourself motivated?
Probably because, see, any profession, you need a certain qualities, right? So, for example, right, if you want to be a good batsman, eye-hand coordination, right? If you want to be a sprinter, basic speed should be there. If you want to be a weightlifter, basic strength should be there, right? So like that, coaching is a profession. I has already told you. It's by seeing somebody's achievement, right? Because you're always helping somebody, not you. So
Mhm.
when I was young, maybe probably I was studying seventh class. My father used to work by side city. So morning is to go by train and evening is to come by train. So once it was mm, winter, it was a cold. So my father went with a sweater, and when he was returning from the office in the night, the sweater was not there. So my mom asked, "Where is your sweater?" He said, "In the railway station, one old man was shivering. I gave away my sweater." I don't know. At that age, something uh, directly or indirectly that's impacted. And my mother, one was the family was a good family because he was a post post office manager, good to family, and they used to help my family. So one fine day, he has got a paralysis, and that family completely went very bad position. So my mother used to tell me, please go and in the nights give them a food and whatever little money. So I found it is a vice versa because they were helping us, and a time has come. My mother is helping. So known or unknowingly, it's early because according to the Russian psychology, they say that before 12 years, whatever it has been happened, the psychology it will continue most extent. So maybe I will be I'm more happy when I help others.
Mhm.
So that is a main basic one and one quality in coaching. So that's why I think I am doing.
No, that's quite interesting. So this motivates you. And what makes you happy on the Olympic grounds?
Yeah, because in the sport, I love because when we go international competition in the sports, when you get a gold medal, so your national anthem and your tricolor will make fly high. So when we go abroad and our Indians win a gold, so that national anthem and our flag flying high there, it gives me a lot of happiness. Those are the reason I wanted to see. That is the reason in my training also every Wednesday morning, Saturday morning we and my children we sing a national anthem, and I will tell them you visualize that in Wednesday morning and Saturday morning while singing a national anthem, you are in the international competition, you are on the podium, your national anthem is being played. So visualization is one of the very powerful method. So in corporates also, I say always have a visualization, right? Where you want to go, always clear picture. So whatever you think, it goes into the nature and it becomes 10 or 100 times and it comes back. Even Vivekananda says, you have a pure and strong will, nature will stand by you. So never afraid of system or support or anything. If you have these two things, I hope system will, because that's what my system, because previously when Dhuti has come, only one athlete. I used to do stretching, physio and all. But the strong will today, we have a 30, 40 athletes and we have assistant coaches, means what Gopichand supports and Sports Authority of India. So many people came into support. Then after that, Enadu project has come. We have a Andhra, Telangana, 50 centers, more than 1,200 children are playing. Then after seeing that Social Welfare Society has come. So there also the schools we have picked up Telangana districts, talented five athletes, girls, boys, and we kept here in Sheikhpet. One school is there. We kept them. They come and train. And one Nagendarji is there. He's NGO. So one more thing, they interior places. They fund them. They coach them. So like that. So what I mean to say, as right to education child, so right to play. किसी को भी टैलेंट है उसको खेलने का मौका दो, जो भी कोचिंग देना चाहता है उसको सपोर्ट करो, ये मेरा स्लोगन है। एंड एंड ऑफ द डे व्हाट आई माय स्लोगन इज, हर आदमी अपना अपना रास्ता है सोसाइटी को सर्व करने का। बिकॉज अभी विवेकानंद जी है, सो ही सर्व थ्रू द आध्यात्मिक वे, एंड मदर तेरेसा हेल्पिंग द पोर। My name is serving the society through those sports. This is what my way of giving back to society.
Very, very, very noble thought actually, because if everybody starts thinking on these lines that how best they can use their skills in order to serve the society, I think
Yeah.
India will be at a very, very different level.
And one more, my suggestion for corporates or anybody, right? Abhi, because the studies are very alarming, right? Diabetic, we are in second in the world, and by 2025, obesity, we are going to second to UK, right? So my appeal is that this is also one thing because why I want more population to come and play because a healthy nation is a healthy population is a credit to the nation, and sick population is a debit to the nation because if you are healthy, you are not going to hospital and you're not spending the money on medicine, you are saving. Your personal saving is becoming national saving. And if you're sick, you're spending money on medicine and time, your personal expenditure become a national expenditure. So I say that is another reason I want every child. मैं यही बोलता हूँ कि भाई हर गांव में खेल मतलब सो और सभी में ये मेरा अपील है कि whether they become a champion or not till 10th class every child should be given a choice to play because playing by sport you may excel in the sport or not but it creates your champion mindset. So I want become everybody champion in their lives. It's not only sport. So this is what the sport only can give you because there's no religion, no caste, right? So everything they can learn, the leadership and let go and win and lose taking in stride. So these are all natural qualities will come through the sport. So even elderly people also should play sport with the family, health, because at the end, health is very, very important.
Right, right, right. No, I think that that's very true. And even I have seen my classmates. I'm from Sainik school, and I've seen my classmates who were good players in the school, irrespective of whether they went into armed forces or they went into corporate. All of them are doing very well because they have that sportsman's spirit. Never give up, be disciplined, go getter,
Yeah.
have that team mindset. No, it's not only me,
Yeah.
but the whole team has to win. So that has taken them a long way.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that all the viewers they are going to learn a lot from this talk show. I'm
Yeah.
also going to personally apply several things which you mentioned.
Yeah.
It has been very enlightening conversation. So, any last thoughts for the audience before we close?
Yeah, because what I feel is that let's look, observe around, right? There are many things to learn because my observation is my one of the greatest learnings. All right. So keep observing surroundings. You can learn more, and whatever you feel good, just pick up and apply. It's not necessary to do. And I always say that you may not change the world, but you can definitely change somebody's world. So what you do, it goes into the. I always feel it's a Newton's law. What you do, it will come back to you. So try to think good, do good, be good. So the rest fall in line.
Very good, very good. So, viewers, this was Nagpuri Ramesh, who is a Dronacharya Awardee and has trained several athletes in India who had won Olympics and several national and international awards. So, thank you, Ramesh, for
Yeah.
joining today's Marichi Talks. Very enlightening conversation. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Namaste. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.